Hello. Oh boy. Hey. Oh, it's me, Guy. Hello. I always make a mistake. That is a golden rule. I always make a mistake. Today's mistake was I started the game. I got myself beautiful. I got the game working all lovely. Everything was good. And then I sat down and I noticed the memory card wasn't in. The memory card was not in the console. And as such, nothing would work. There we go. There's my correct title screen with everything unlocked. That's what I want to see. It's time to play some Double Dash. I've wanted to just play this and have a good, easy time. We're not playing Mirror. We'll play 150. How about... I said Brido, so Brido's in. But who else? Bowser or Bowser Jr.? Who do you think? They're cool. Or maybe I should just cheat a little bit and go for the special characters, because they get every special item. If you don't know Double Dash, which is sickening to me. If you don't know Double Dash, every character has their own special item, and the last people you unlock, Petey Piranha and King Boo, they just get everyone's. So I think we will play as Petey Piranha because he takes up the entire screen and he is ridiculous. We've got the pipe cars, and that is what I should be using, but I don't know. I like this stupid gold car as well. It's like the last thing you unlock in the game, right? And it's not even good. If I was playing as characters with a more medium build, I could use the Birdo-mobile. You know what? Oh, what should I do? Should I play a little easier on myself, or should I choose something like, look at that. Look at that thing. I could be racing in that, you know? Sometimes you just have to follow your heart. Oh, I'm coughing. Whoa. I'm okay, trust me. But when it comes to this, I could be playing every cup individually, but I think we would get more out of the All Cup Tour. All 16 tracks in a row, always Luigi Circuit first, always Rainbow Road last. I think this would be a good choice. I really wish they would bring this sort of thing back, the All Cup Tour. Can you imagine it? Like, I don't know, I guess they're too cowardly to put it in a new game. Can you imagine this in like Mario Kart 8? The online version with like all... like the entire like second half of the game, because they pretty much put out an entire new game's worth of content over the past year and a half or so. If you could imagine having to play all of those in a row, that would be insane. I cannot fathom how long that would take, but we're gonna race. It's okay if you just watch today. I don't know if I can even respond to people talking to me. It's always different. This one, it's when he says go, and I missed it. I missed it. The boost, usually in like newer Mario Kart games, I find that the boost is when like the 2 starts fading away in the countdown, but I notice in these older ones, it is more when the actual start button happens. Alright, so who's the gang today? Like, who are we trying to beat? You know? There's not a lot of shortcuts in this here Luigi Circuit. I love this game. This is probably one of my favorite Mario Karts. You know, there's only like 8 of them. Oh! He got me and I didn't get him. That's very rude. I am playing 150cc if you did not see before. I don't feel like this game cheats too much compared to, say, Mario Kart 64. That game was ridiculous. You could be using, like, mushrooms non-stop, and the computer would just, like, keep up with you. The rubber banding in that game was preposterous. I'm not about that life. There goes Petey Piranha. He's with someone else now. I think there's an ad break coming up. I'm sorry it's so early. If you don't have an ad blocker or something, live your dreams. Oops, I forgot to throw the shell. But we came first. Isn't that nice? See you later. If you get stuck with ads, I'll try not to be interesting. Okay. Good start. Let's see if we can keep it. We've got 16 courses. Oh, straight into Warrior Coliseum. Let's see if I can get the boost this time. Yes, there we go. Now we're getting it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Mario Karts. 64, despite the rampant cheating from the computer, also has a very soft spot in my heart. It was one of the first games I can even remember playing. I spent a lot of time on Mario Kart Wii as well. That game's pretty great. Though perhaps I'm being a little too interesting for the ad break. Maybe I need to tone myself down. But if you're watching this back on like YouTube or something, then hello, enjoy yourself. There's no ads. I'm not important enough to get ads on YouTube. Unless I did hear rumors that sometimes YouTube puts ads on people's videos and channels that do not have ads enabled or revenue enabled, and they just don't give them the money, which is pretty slimy. I don't know why we're discussing corporate business tactics during... Oh, I should have blocked that. Ooh, but I got him. Nailed him. During the Mario Kart stream, but... Ooh. Yeah. Who knows, maybe it's because we're in Wario Coliseum, we feel like discussing cash. Oh dear. God. I haven't fallen off yet. Sometimes I fall off of this level. Nice. Oh, yeah, I had no chance. I landed right on that big banana. No chance. I couldn't even see it. But, oh. I'll always get the double item. Yeah. It isn't terribly hard to dodge things in this game, but unfortunately that... Oh! Ice Fox, hello. So why this combo? Alright, so like everyone who's worth their salt is a Brido enjoyer, right? And then I was going to choose someone bigger and choose the silly like big car, right? The big like gold car you unlock right at the end. But then I realized I could take it one step further and I could get the Brido mobile as well if I stuck with light and medium characters. So I strayed away from my first choice of Petey Piranha. And we elected to go with the Brido car because that's good viewing. Yes. And that is why we're rolling with Brido and Bowser Jr. today. Nice. How are you today, Ice Fox? It's good to see you. Yeah, originally it's always best to go with someone like King Boo or Petey Piranha as one of the team because they get every single special item, but you know. Again, I can't promise I'll read the chat too often because, you know, I'm supposed to be racing. Okay. Let's see if he gets in front of me again. Nail him with this. Don't text and drive. Sorry, I read that one. Australia has very harsh rules for doing things while driving. As they should, except I think they banned like eating as well. You can't eat or drink while driving. And I don't mean like alcohol drink, I mean like most anything. Rushing through some work before the weekend. Nice. I hope you get it done. I hope you get the opportunity to relax, just as I have done now. Yep, I was texting and driving. I am losing my license. I don't know what you might call them in other countries, but here when you make a mistake while driving, or like when you break the law rather while driving, everybody makes mistakes, but when you go ahead and break the law while driving here, you get what's called, you rack up your demerit points, and that is straight up what they're called, because that's basically what you are. You have a certain number of demerit points, and if you break the law too much and get all your points taken away, you lose your license. And you probably should. Because, you know, if you keep breaking the law over and over, something that is very common, a scoring system, yeah. Basically, every year, I think, drivers, and it's a certain number based on whether, you know, you're fully licensed, whether you're like probationary or learning. Everyone has a certain number of points, and, you know, certain crimes worth certain amounts, and it basically counts down, and if you get to 0, you lose your license. I think for, I don't know, 6 months, a year, until you can reapply, and then I think you have to pass the test again. So, all you gotta do is not, do things like, you know, speed, drink and drive, text and drive now, that's a big one. Oh, yeah! I mean, pretty simple stuff to do, if you ask me. But for some people it proves difficult. Something that is common with a lot of, I guess, teenagers, and I guess losers as well as you grow up, is for people to take points from other people. So say if someone breaks the law and is about to lose their license, someone else can actually step in and say, just because, say, usually they take it off of whoever the car was registered to, because, you know, cameras cannot always catch, you know, the person driving. So they usually just go back to whoever the vehicle is registered to, right? And sometimes someone else can step in and they can say, actually, it wasn't that person driving, it was me driving. And so it's very common for parents or adults to take the demerit points hits for their children, because obviously the child would make a mistake and they would get a lot less. And so in order for their kid to stop, like, or not lose their license, the parents would say, you know, it was me, because, you know, they're adults, they're reasonable, they're smarter, they're not really losing anything or breaking the law. It's like, it's not recommended. I don't even think it's legal, but it's something that lots of people do. They can lend points. Yeah. Well, as I just said, you can basically designate yourself and be like, actually, I was driving, so it wasn't their fault, it was mine. But yeah, some people basically use it as a lending system. Some people, hush hush, sell their points so that others can keep driving, so they take money for it. That's very illegal. That's not something I've ever done, because, you know, I'm a bit of a slow driver myself, I've been told. I am slow and safe, people have told me. Like, not so slow that it would cause you to be, like, really upset if you were behind me, but, you know, I'm not exactly speeding through the roads. I'm not drifting around corners and doing handbrake turns and such. I just get from A to B in a timely fashion. Because, you know, I don't want to be late either, so I'm not exactly driving slow and steady. There's no turtle speed with me. But you won't have to question whether you're about to die. So I think that's a plus. But for some people, that's... Ooh, I goofed it. Goofed the turn completely. Let's see if my egg gets it. Oh, no it didn't. But yes, for some people that's not ideal. They just want to get around as fast as possible. Honestly, I've never been a very big car guy myself. I know some people, both men and women I suppose, and anything in between, are really big about cars and vehicles. Ooh. A star in first place, don't mind if I do. But I've never seen the fascination myself. I guess because, you know, around where I live, cars basically just take you where you need to be. And they, you know, they go from like red light to red light. So I see people with very fancy cars sometimes, and all I think is, you know, you're driving the same roads as me. You are just going from red light to red light, stopping and starting, and I don't really think that's the sort of life a fancy car should be leading. But what do I know? That's just me. Everyone has different interests and hobbies. It is impressive when people know a lot about cars, like inside and out, because there's a lot of moving pieces. There is a lot that can go wrong in a motor vehicle. So for people who can like look at them and identify what's going wrong, I do find that impressive. You know, it's just, I think it's more fair to say that I find it impressive just when people know things about things. When people are, I enjoy hearing about people that are knowledgeable about the things they like. I think it's becoming more and more common. People openly stating it, and I'm going to join in. You know, when people just get really absorbed in something they enjoy and want to talk a lot about it. If you talk about something in a way that usually ends with you getting embarrassed slightly and saying, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have talked that much, then I can get behind it. That's the sort of thing I enjoy. I would like to hear you and anyone talk about their passion and the things they really enjoy. Another first place, I thought this would be harder. Because, you know, sometimes in Mario Kart, you have a rough time. You can get beat up really bad, but, you know, we'll see. Not halfway yet, which is good, because we've only been going for about 20 minutes. I will have to keep talking to ensure that we don't run out of room. Sometimes the music in this game can be good. Sometimes it's a little forgettable, but that's okay. I didn't realize this game was like divisive among Mario Kart enthusiasts. I didn't realize that some people hated it. How does Birdo chew food? Hello, Claudette. It's good to see you. I don't know, I guess it just goes in like Kirby. But I didn't realize, yeah, some people like hate this game and they hate the partner system. I drove straight into that. I deserve everything that's gonna happen. But yeah, I also didn't realize like Mario Kart 64 to me and a lot of people is a fantastic game that everyone enjoys, but I didn't realize that when it came out, apparently everyone hated it. Like it got like poor reviews. Oh, no, didn't get it. So that's strange to me. There we go, I was just thinking of making fun of them before because King Boo and Baby Mario, oh my goodness. It's a little hard to steer out of the way in this game if you're locked onto something like, oh, like that. You didn't even say it. I guess my streak of coming first all the time is over, and that's okay. Dreams don't always come true. That was fourth, which was quite poor. Same with Wind Waker, that's right. there are a lot of people that dislike Wind Waker, where I think it is quite a good game. And we get the sad music now because we did not come in the top 3. So let's just let that soak in and remember that we are big losers. Have I ever played Pac-Man World Tour? No, I have not. But I can give it a look. Yeah, I didn't realize people hated Wind Waker. I think it's definitely in my like top 3 Zeldas. I love it a lot. But a lot of people, yeah, they really hate that the Triforce section at the end. But to me, it's not really a big deal. It's the Pac-Man version of Mario Kart and it's somewhat good. You see, but somewhat good, the multiplayer is great. That's good. Sometimes that doesn't always cut it. Like, I've played a lot on many consoles what some people consider, you know, oh, this game's better than Mario Kart, that game's better than Mario Kart, but every time I give them a try, I play them for a bit, and yeah, they are serviceable, they do the job, but then every time, at the end, I think to myself, ooh, that's early. That's not what I think to myself. I think to myself, I should have just played Mario Kart today. And I understand, like, after so long playing these games, you do want something different. They can start to get a bit samey. I mean, as I said, there's only 8 of them, and then by the newer ones, there's only so many new tracks. There's like only 16 per game, right? You really liked it as a kid? I bet. Just because we don't share the exact same opinion, that doesn't mean you are incorrect in liking something. That's very important to remember. I do not know the most efficient way through this level. But I seem to be doing okay. Do I like lemon? Now, is this referring to something or just like actual lemon? Is lemon a fruit? But yes, lemon, if we're talking food, lemon does not bother me. I do not mind. It's good in tea, that's for sure. Bit of lemon, bit of honey, and you can't lose. Lemon is a fruit. You know, but sometimes it's hard to tell what is a fruit and what isn't, because like sometimes, you know, you're just like, that's a fruit, look at it growing on that tree, and then someone rolls up. Someone rolls up, and they're just like, that's a berry? Sweaty? Oh, sweet. Good thing Wario, like, went to hell right at the end. So we managed to snag victory. But yes, you never know. What is a fruit? What is a berry? Layla, hello. I am having fun today. Just saw me win. Wow, you're about to see a bit more. And just like that, he cursed himself to never win again. I suppose this would be nighttime for you, Layla, so... Jinxed forever. Can't lose now, that's right. Cannot... Baby Park. The eternal classic. It is 9:30 p.m. I would say, like, have a good night and, you know, hang out until you get tired, but apparently I'm the only person that goes to sleep before, like, before midnight. Thank you, Claudette, for the clip. Yeah, I gotta keep winning. I gotta make sure that I'm on that winning train. You know, cute girls are watching. Claudette, Layla, Ice Fox. I cannot let the team down. I looked at the chat, don't text and drive. I really like levels like this because you end up circling around and it feels so satisfying to hit the people in 8th place. They're already doing such a poor job, like they're doing their best and it's just not enough. But you still get to hit them anyway. I think that's a mean thing to say. Like this. Oh, I missed. And there we go. You usually go to sleep at midnight. That's right. See, this happens every time. Everyone always says, you know, 10 p.m. so early. Had to work at 9. That's right. But I don't know. I feel like I'm the only person on the internet that goes to sleep at like a regular hour. Like by 10 p.m. I am toast. Like by the time nighttime rolls around, like went to bed 4:30 a.m. You're a madman. I don't know. I am early to bed. I am early to rise. You lost control of your life. Like this stream started for me at 8 a.m. and I was fine with it. You know, recently I've been waking up at 5:30 in the morning. That's just when my body wakes up. And usually, you know, you go to sleep when the sun's rising. Dang. We are over halfway in our All Cup tour, by the way. Just checking in. But yeah, recently I've been waking up very early. Like, I don't exactly get up every time. I usually get up out of bed between 6 and 7 in the morning. Sometimes for work, sometimes just for me. But I feel as though I can get a lot more done between, say, 6 a.m. and midday than 6 p.m. and midnight. If I'm not doing something, like if there's not something I'm out doing or like an activity or whatever, I am falling asleep. Like I cannot just stay up. Whoop. Reading the chat again. Do not text and drive. I will see you all soon. I have to focus on my extreme win. Just out of the corner of my eye, that is what I see. Rhythm Heaven is a great game. It's -3 driving points. I will lose my license by the end of this stream. Rhythm Heaven's a fun game, fun series. Ooh! But foxes do whatever in terms of when they stay up. They're usually out just trying to hunt whatever's in the neighborhood. I can often hear, every now and again, cats and foxes fighting in the middle of the night. The people who let like their cats out. It looks like I came third again. You can't win them all. Yeah, Bowser Jr. sounds like the robots from Rhythm Heaven. That is a good game. That is a very difficult game. I have played Rhythm Heaven on the Wii. But that is not a game that came out in Europe, I believe. You have a colony of cats in your street. They have huge fights on the roof every night. My lead here is not as big as I would have liked. That's crazy. Just cat fighting every night. Sounds crazy. What do you even do? Like, do you just have to block it out? You just have to go, oh, it's happening again. Like, do you try and break it up? Like, what do you do? I wouldn't know what to do with that. You just get used to them. Dang. You just roll back to sleep. Nice. What else can you do, really, when animals are fighting outside? You just have to hope they'll sort it out. If Disney movies are anything to go by, they might start singing eventually, so you might as well keep them around. Record it. Have you guys ever seen those videos people do, where people like record their dogs snoring and they play it back to them and the dogs are always like real upset? I like watching those. And they're always like, how dare you wake me up? But it's like, it's them, they did it. They do not like being kept up the same way they keep everyone else up. I got stuck in the water, look at me go. Do not drive your cars in the ocean is the best advice I can give. Three black vultures that visit your work. That's crazy. And not in the like disregarding your conversation. That's crazy. As in the like, that's wild. Where are you, like, when you go to work, when you go to your workplace in the middle of the desert, and the vultures are circling, wondering if today is the day. Oh, there we go. Why did you call me? Black vultures usually live in forested areas. I am learning things every day. It's a reference. Yes. Learning every day. There are vultures that live in the forest. Now you see, media would just have me believe that they are desert dwellers. Just like this. A little different from the Mario Kart 8 version. Speaking of media-related problems, I think I mentioned this before, but man, because it's in this level. When I was growing up, I was led to believe that quicksand would be a much bigger problem than it is in my life. They don't usually live. I texted and drove again. I'm a terrible man. Take my license now. Eyes on the road. 10 and 2 with my hands. Old world vultures usually live in the desert. Like, what differentiates the old vultures and the new ones? Like, do the new ones, do they go to work and stuff? Like, do they go to the office? They don't have to hunt and gather anymore. They go to like Costco and stuff. Uh-huh. They live in the Americas. That makes sense to me. The palm trees have eyes. And so do the mountains in the background. Check it out. Most things in Mario games have little eyes on them. Little faces. I think the mountains even have noses too. And the trees, but you can't really see them because of the way, you know, we're driving up. A lot of cute aspects. Nice little pieces of detail. And the sun as well, if you can see the sun. And the Sphinx, but like, you know, he was always like that. Everything is alive. Oh no! We brought it back. A bit uncomfortable, like a horror game. Everything is watching. But like, everything's watching, but everything's a friend. Everything wants you to succeed. They're just hanging out. Alright, here we go. New World vultures are as follows. Black vulture, turkey vulture, California condor, the yellow vulture, the Andean condor, and the king vulture. Very cool. I love learning. How do I know a mountain is my friend? Layla, it sounds like you've had some bad experience with mountains. Was there a time where you trusted a mountain and you were wronged in some way? Know a lot about birds and vultures. Tell me any... You know what? I want to hear about your favorite. That's right. You do love birds. Mountains broke your heart. Now, there is a story there that I simply need to hear. One way or another, you need to tell this tale. Whether it's here or somewhere else, please let me know how a mountain broke your heart. And Claudette, please let me know about your favorite bird. I would like to hear. The one I want to hear about is the one you like the most. I think I said just before anyone got here, I really enjoy listening to people talk about things they really enjoy or things they are passionate about. If the conversation ends with you getting embarrassed and going, oh no, I talked too much, I shouldn't have said all that, then it was definitely a good one. Birds are a great thing to be autistic about. Yeah, you could have a lot worse of a fixation. Owls and ravens are the best. I see. Owls are pretty cool. Every now and again, we'll see ourselves a cool owl here in Australia. Like, we definitely have. We have, I don't know, I'm sure you've seen on some sort of nature show at one point or another, we have the tawny frogmouth, and they are very cool. Because they have big yellow mouths, and they're very chill. They are very relaxed if you ever see them. Like, obviously, when it comes to wild birds and stuff, just don't go up and, like, start touching them and stuff. They'll probably start biting your fingers. But the tawny frogmouth is definitely a cool bird. You collect stuff with owls. Nice. Stationary jewelry plushies. Fantastic. I think, I hear a lot about people here and their plushie collections. I would like to see more of that. I don't have, like, a crazy amount myself. But, ooh, he got me bad. But I would always like to see what other people's look like. I like seeing the collections. I like seeing, yeah, just things that people enjoy. Although, Layla, I think you've done that. Haven't you? You've shown off, like, you call it like your treasures, right? You show off all the things you love and are passionate about. I should just tune into one of those. You love their symbolism. Fantastic. Explain that to me. Okay, here we go. Show your treasures sometimes. I'm gonna scroll up. I'm gonna show this. My favorite is the California condor. They're really beautiful creatures and one of the biggest flying birds on Earth. Due to hunting and poaching, they ended up nearly extinct. But in the 80s, there was this huge recovery plan that started when they grabbed the remaining 21 condors and bred them in captivity. Today there are more than 500, not plentiful, and there's still threats from lead poisoning and illness, but they're slowly recovering. I love the big vultures. You weren't kidding. No way, it's good. This sort of thing should be encouraged. Yeah, I'll have to tune into one of those treasure streams, Layla. I should get in on that. See what's going on there. You can show some cool owl-related stuff next time. But that is a cool thing, like, we can't be saying things like, again, I'm not the sort of, like, person who's gonna say, like, we need to cancel this guy because he said this thing, but, like, we need to stop saying things like, oh, he's autistic about birds or something. When someone shares their, like, real and true passion about something they really love, and they tell you a lot about it, all you gotta do is you just gotta look that person in the eye and you gotta say, that was really cool, and I am glad you said that to me. I am better off for having heard that. We got another big one. I'm gonna scroll back up and I'm gonna read that after this hectic race on the Yoshi circuit. Because as we've seen, texting and driving is no good. It leads to crashes. And this the Birdo-mobile does not have insurance. Whoa! 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 We went from having a really good time to having a really bad time. Yes. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep this. And we are gonna go through here. It's like the first shortcut I've done today. But the red shell followed me, man. That's rude. No, not again. Woo. Sometimes you can dodge them if you're lucky. Ooh. All these heavy dudes. See if we can cut a corner or two. Look at that, that was amazing. I shouldn't have done that. I'm trying to take corners that don't really exist. Get out of my life, warrior. Never thought I'd say that, but here we are. We do have some cool birds here in Australia as well. It's usually like, I think the black cockatoo is definitely a rare one we have. As I said, if you don't know what a tawny frogmouth is from before, you definitely got to look them up because they are very cool. Once I learned about owls though, and the fact that you can see the back of their eyes through their ears, that was a little bit wild. Also that their bodies are actually like, it's all fluff. And owls are really just like all leg. Alright, let's get reading. That's what we came here to do. Lead poisoning from hunters using lead bullets. Really don't mind hunting, but lead bullets really need to go, especially since it stays in the body. So it's harmful to everyone who eats carcasses that contain lead bullets. The condors eat the bodies of lead animals and they get poisoned. You know how vultures circle in the air? That's not to grab food, that's them climbing in the air via updraft. They circle around to gain height and it's really beautiful. Yes, kookaburras are great and they really do laugh. We get those here very locally. Sometimes if you're a lucky boy, they'll like land in your backyard or something and they'll just start like laughing it up. And now, from our friend Layla. Owls are symbols for the occult, witchcraft, but also for knowledge. They are considered very spiritual and intellectual birds, so their depictions in art usually mean wisdom, intelligence, mystery, and intuition. Because of their eyes, the way they rotate their heads, and the fact that they are nocturnal, are usually seen as birds capable of seeing the unseen or knowing more than others. Also, vultures cuddle their young. They're very loving parents. It's wonderful. Owls aren't that smart compared to corvids. Well, they might appear that way based on... Have you ever... I'm sure you guys have seen images of baby owls sleeping. Because they can't support themselves yet, so they pretty much just sleep face down in the ground. And it is a very funny thing to see. And yes, in Australia, we have magpies. And now is actually, they're wrapping up for the year. Have you read that Crow Wargrown text story? Yeah, most symbolic meanings are not accurate in reality. We have magpies here in Australia, right? And they just finished, spring is gone. We're heading towards summer now. Oh, DK Mountain's sick. So they've finished laying their eggs and raising their babies. But we have, I don't know about other countries and stuff, but we have magpie swooping season, right? I'm not sure if other birds do it, but magpies get very protective over their eggs and their babies. And so if you even come near their tree, they will swoop you quite badly. Now, honestly, right, it's never quite happened to me, but other people do have horror stories and they can draw blood sometimes. Honestly, like, you can listen to this story and you can decide whether I'm full of, like, lies or not, right? But, say, I grew up in my grandmother's home, pretty much. and she would always feed the birds outside. She would always throw out like mincemeat or whatever they like. And so the birds would know us. They would like us. They would show up, you know, because they knew they would get fed in our yard. And even like sometimes like pigeons, magpies, stuff like that, they would actually just come and hang out. Like they would use our backyard as a safe space, pretty much. Like they would come and they would just sit. Like they would full like start roosting and just have a good time in the backyard there. And so honestly, like these birds would, you know, come to hang out, but I'm sure they would go back to their nests, which are in, you know, the nearby trees and like parks and stuff. So whenever I was out walking in the parks or, you know, walking the dog or anything, I would never ever get swooped. And I like to believe that's because the birds knew who I was, you know, from the garden, from the yard. Because birds are actually pretty smart. So I like to believe they recognized me and knew this guy was alright. Let's not swoop him. But also, crows in Australia aren't nearly as scary, I would say, as crows in other countries. Crows in other countries are like massive. And they all have, they've got that like, yeah, that movie like call, the really creepy one. They don't really make that noise here. Look at this. I've got a lot to read, so we're doing it. That's right. Something being a symbol is more about how humans interpreted reality in ancient times. That's right, yeah. It's not really about the science and more modern stuff. A lot of superstition and occult is from a long, long time ago, right? And we've just kept it up because, you know, it's usually cool or it feels good or sometimes it's quite accurate. That's right, love crows too. They remember faces. They're one of the smartest. Yeah, do not pet wild birds. They can get sick. Yeah, we never fed them bread. It was more like meat and stuff. Yes, they did know who I was. You don't see pretty or interesting birds very often. You just have pigeons around you. I'm sorry about the ad break. You know what? I'm not going to be interesting until it's done, just to be fair to people that don't have their ad blockers set. I'm going to talk more about birds when we are done. Sometimes seagulls or sparrows. That's good. I've got a couple more birds lined up that I know from my local area. To see more, you need to get out of the city. Fair enough. Whoops. I'm texting and driving again. If you can push dudes off that bridge, like, you are winning. There we go. The ad break's almost over. We can be interesting again. There we go. Welcome back if you were gone. But yeah, just going off that, I guess we are actually quite lucky here in Australia because, you know, you don't have to go very far. I guess the cities are smaller than other countries, so you don't have to go very far to see some very interesting wildlife. And a couple other birds... Ooh! I'm texting and driving. A couple other birds that are interesting that we would often see like in the backyard. So rosellas are fantastic birds. Very, very colorful. Look those up if you don't know what a rosella is, or like a lorikeet, because they often like land in the backyard and they are gorgeous. Very bright, shiny, rainbow colored birds. Yeah, we've talked about kookaburras. The kingfisher as well. The kingfisher is a nice little bird that'll pop by. It's sort of like a tiny kookaburra, but he does not laugh like the kookaburra does. But they are very nice to have around. It usually feels like, you know, a little bit of good luck if we're going to talk superstition if I see one out in the garden because, you know, they don't stop by super duper often. Alright, let me catch up on what you crazy cats are saying. Hello to you. Here we go. Yeah, from here. Yeah, seagulls and sparrows. Yeah, to see more, you need to go out from the city or go to a biological park. You just got the notification on your phone now. Yeah, we are like 50 minutes in. How rude of your phone. Haven't seagulls lost their sea abilities? Yeah, there is that old saying of seagulls only go out to sea to die. I mean, if you know that you can just steal chips off the beach, like, wouldn't you just adapt to doing that because it was way easier? Like, people always say, like, birds don't actually enjoy flying when they don't have to. Like, you see them when they're on the road or, like, when they're on the footpath and they need to get away. Like, they'll often just walk or run instead of flying. I'm sorry, yes, we were talking about birds and pigeons. Yeah, belted kingfishers are nice. That's right. Sparrows are all around my area as well. Oh, I forget their name. The tiny little bird. They're like no bigger than like one or two of your fingers, honestly. I forget their names. They're not like robins. Maybe they are. Chickadees, yeah. And yeah, Alice's witch hat, my friend. Rosellas are so colourful and they just show up. Usually when you've got some nice trees or plants outside, they'll come in and they like to eat berries and stuff, and Australian wildlife is very diverse. We've got a lot of nice stuff just, you know, out and about. Like I was saying, you don't have to go very far to see some good wildlife, or there are just parks and, you know, nature everywhere. Like looking outside my window right now, there's big trees and all that, so you don't have to go far, and the animals dig it too, you know, like birds, they go wild for it. We get bats as well at night time. There's a lot of bats around. You can see them. There is this section, right, on the road to the city, like on the freeway, right? There is this certain area you drive by, and if you look like to your left into the big like tree, bushy sort of area, you will see just non-stop bats hanging upside down in the trees, having a nap during the day. So, we are plentiful with wildlife. If you enjoy wildlife, bats are scary. Well, just don't eat them, I guess. They do carry a lot of disease because of their body temperature, but we're all having a good time. Just look, don't touch. I suppose we'll get on to the last level. We'll go on to Rainbow Road. But yes, if you enjoy diverse and interesting wildlife, birds and all, hop on down to Australia whenever you can. We gotta do the old the bird collab sometime where we all just get together and talk about our favorite birds. What if you don't like bugs? Don't worry about it. We have ways of dealing with bugs. I have not seen too many bugs and spiders inside my home recently. Usually it's just when like rainy weather is coming, like bugs and stuff know, so they try to get indoors under cover. But you know, we're heading into summer, so there's not going to be too much of that. This has been a very clean first lap on Rainbow Road. Was not expecting that. Honestly, you know, we always talk about, you know, playing worse when you're playing to other people, but I think today I've done a shred better than I might usually. I know, it's the good company, it's the support. But we do have reserves and botanical gardens and stuff a lot in the cities and towns, so that is another reason why the wildlife really loves being around people as well. Woo! I'm gone. Whoa! Whoa! What was that? How was I supposed to deal with that? So yeah, you don't have to go far. And zoos in Australia, I don't know about every country, but here, zoos aren't really just for like looking at animals. Zoos have a lot of conservational aspects. Preservation, conservation, you know, breeding the endangered animals, which we have quite a bit of. So, I don't know if every country is like that, but around here, yeah, if you go to a zoo, and we have like open range zoos and stuff that you can go to. So, you know, the sort of stuff where like you can just hop in a car or a vehicle on the property and you'll get like driven around and the animals can just be like wherever. Some scary, some cute. So yeah, our range of the animals isn't quite as big as other countries may be, but we treat them well. You say you believe most zoos have at least some conservational aspects. I nearly got tongue-tied again. You would be surprised. I mean, obviously, that would be the goal, but sometimes you see some zoos in some countries and you're like, this animal is not having a good time. Like, I think if we talk about like SeaWorld in the US, I think, is that what it's called? The one with like the orcas in it and they're like, the car park is bigger than the whale tank. I think if we talk about that one, then yeah, we should all be very clear that not every zoo cares about the well-being of an animal. Let's nail them. Here we go, finishing first. Fantastic. We did not get a perfect score, but we had a good time. We missed out on 10 points. We did not get the perfect 160. Yeah, those sorts of places are really sad. I'm not a fan. I would advocate to stay away. I would recommend staying away from those sorts of places if you can. I mean, I don't believe anyone has a gun to anyone's head saying like, you have to go to SeaWorld, you know, but but I believe you get what I mean. So now we go to the awards ceremony. So let's see how we won. There's the Daisy Cruiser in the background. See, the trees have eyes and noses again, as previously discussed. So you see that gold car all game, and then it's the last thing you unlock, and it's not even good. It's not that great. You could do a lot better. But there we go, that's every race in the whole game. And look, there's my initials right there, fantastic. Perfect for the classic. I gotta know, everyone, what is your go-to? What is your go-to 3-letter high score name? I have to know, do you go for something real? Or like, what's your word? Woo. Thank you. I have to know what everybody's go-to name would be. Let's just check the old internet here, because you know, obviously we're not going to be going for too much longer, so let's just see if we have any friends around. You know what? I see some cool stuff. Yeah, we've got some friends. JTR for Jolter for some reason. You know what? Sometimes you just have to follow your heart. I've said that a lot recently and I still believe it. Sometimes you just have to do what you believe in. And if that's the name you want to type in, not everyone has to type in, you know, poop or like butt or like ass. Although, wasn't there that petition to get like the name ass in the video game Hall of Fame or something, because it's basically what everyone put in every arcade cabinet since the dawn of time. The like Paleolithic cavemen playing Pac-Man was like, yeah, that's the name. Since the dawn of time. Oh boy. Amazing stuff. Well, honestly, I'm glad I could get this out. I really wanted to play this yesterday because I didn't have a lot of time on my hands yesterday, as you could see, because we ended up not doing anything because I had even less time than my no time. We are anonymous, except we are us. We are us. We are Legion. So yes, it is most unfortunate that I could not do this yesterday, last night or whatever, and something else today, but I really wanted to play, and I'll be back tomorrow with something, you know? I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what time I have, and then we'll just play some stuff, and we'll have fun like we usually do. Things are moving in positive directions in my life. So things are only going to get better as well as we progress, so stick around. Believe in me the same way I believe in you, and we will all see some improvement. Other than that, I don't think there's too much more ground to cover. I've got another day as a little busy bee, so I must continue on. We don't have too much more time to spend together. That's what I was looking for yesterday, and I guess it turns out well again today, because yeah, we needed a game that I knew would be done in about an hour, which is what we're doing, and apparently only 35 minutes of it was spent racing, which means we chatted, this is going to be wild, for yeah, maybe 25 minutes, which is nice. It's good to talk. It's good to talk with friends. If you're watching this back on YouTube later, you can go, nothing good happens from here on in. So I'm going to be back tomorrow with something. I'll decide what I'm coming back with. Maybe Fire Emblem. I haven't played that in a while, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll see. I'll take a look at what I'm doing, and I'll take a look at what is going on. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for coming. But don't leave yet, because we have friends we need to go and see, you know? We have buddies that we need to check in on. So do not leave just yet. Hopefully this goes okay. I'm copying and pasting. Bear with me. And I'll send you off. Let's hope that works okay. It worked. Okay, we're going to Finbar because he's a cool dude and he's playing Paper Mario and he needs our support because it looks tough. You missed the stream, Dyer. What were you doing? What were you doing? We're leaving now. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Miss you already. And I'll see you next time. We're going to Finbar because we love him. You were working. What a loser. I'm out of here. You're out of here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It is morning for me, but you guys have a good night with Finbar. And I am out of here. Bye-bye, everyone.